Hello guys, good morning. I just did my meditation practice. I haven't done that while I was in Romania. Now I got it back. I hope I get back into the habit of meditating daily, first thing in the morning. Today is squash day, so I discovered squash here in Macau. I played for the first time a few months ago, and since then I almost play every week. So I want to keep doing that. Other than that, I am a little bit jet lagged. I don't know how should I approach the this situation. I want to go to sleep earlier, like 9 p.m. So, I've been having some problems with the footages I made yesterday and the day before, where I discussed a few hands after the session, and somehow one of those videos I cannot find them, and the other part just my camera was without battery. So I have to go over the hands again so I can have some footage to put in the vlog. In the first hand I played was King Jack suited in the button, where under the gun +1 opens to 300. We have a call in hijack. I call the button, small blind and big blind, both of them call. The flop is 8-6-5 with 8-6 of hearts, so we have a flush draw and 2 overcards. And under the guns he bets 600 into 1500. Folds to me and I decide to raise against such a small sizing. I want to raise a lot. Value hands especially, I have a lot of sets, 2 pairs, combo draws, maybe some higher over pairs I can raise here. So I make it 2000 and only the under the gun player calls. The turn comes a queen of clubs, so now there are 2 flush draws down there, and he checks and I decide what to do. The pot is 5,500, and if I remember well, he only had something like 7,000-8,000 behind, and I was thinking about putting him all in with King Jack to apply maximum pressure on his 1 pair hands, but I'm not sure that I have a higher fold equity compared to the situation where I bet smaller. So I decided to bet small in case he just calls. I'm gonna give up on the river. So yeah, I bet 3,500. He calls and the river is a jack. This is somehow a good card for me because now I have a pair, and if he got stubborn with a pair of 10s or an 8 or something like that, I am winning. So I decided to check back, and unfortunately he has queen ten of hearts. So he caught the queen on the turn, and he also had the flush draw. Next hand, I open aces under the gun, middle position calls, and we have 3 more callers. And yes, that's the typical game here in Macau, where you open and you will have 3-4 callers. So we go to see a flop of Jack 5-5 rainbow. Pot is 2000 and I c-bet 800. And the player right after me, the middle position, he raises to 1600, so he min raises basically. That means that, to be honest, I think he has like a 5 or a jack when he min raises with 2 other people behind him. He was a recreational player, drinking, having fun, making conversation. So against such a player, I don't think he's gonna bluff enough. I think he's pushing buttons and probably has a jack or a 5. So I decided to call, and the turn comes at 10. He bets 2000 into 5000 pot, and he only had like 5.5k behind or something like that, and I put him all in because if he has a jack, he's not gonna fold. So we get it in, and of course he had 5-6, and we lose this one too. So those were the big hands that I lost in this first session that I played. The bad thing about playing in Macau, if you play during the night, it's hard to get in the game. The waiting lists are pretty high, and you will have to wait like 2-3 hours depending how lucky you are. But that night I played for 2 hours and I waited for 2.5. Or no, I played for 1.5 hours and I waited for 2.5. So that was a bad thing happening, and I'm trying to change my sleeping schedule so I can go to play in the morning. It matters a lot to just go to the casino and start playing, otherwise you're gonna waste 2 hours. Even if I'm being productive and doing something else, it's still I prefer to play poker like as early in the morning as I can, because then it's when I'm most focused.